I'll cross to the US in a moment. 2 weeks till Election Day, and the polls in key swing states are as tight as ever. While it's too close to call, you'd have to say it's looking pretty good for Donald Trump, though. And he's been killing it on the campaign trail with trademark humour. Still, have a look at this polling analysis from the New York Times.
You want to look at those key states where it's really going to determine things. And those are also razor thin margins, less than a percentage point in almost every swing state. Georgia, the average has him up 2, has Trump up 2, and Arizona, the average has Trump up about 2. But as you mentioned, the margin of error is around 2 points as well. So you end up with what is essentially a toss-up.
Yeah, the New York Times probably can't believe what's going on. I took up the fun of the campaign and Trump's apparent momentum in the polls with Kristin Tate.
Yes, there has been a major mood change here in the United States in the last couple of weeks, Chris. We have seen Kamala really start to lose some of the momentum that she had after they first announced she was the candidate. And I think a big part of that reason is the VP debate with J.D. Vance and Tim Walz, but also we have just seen Trump at his best over the last few weeks. He is so good at retail politics and interacting with people, and we saw that at McDonald's where he was serving fries to some people.
We sure did.
Weekend.
Let me jump in there, Kristin, because we've got a little clip of this. This is, as you say, classic retail politics. Here's Donald Trump, the former president, wants to be president again at Macca's.
Tight. We got the salt on it. Never touches the human hand.
Very good.
Nice and full.
Thank you.
Good.
Off he went, and I'll get your thoughts on why this matters in a moment, Kristin. But first up, some of the lefties on the mainstream media, they pretended they couldn't see the point. Have a look at this.
What is the logic behind this, going to a McDonald's? I mean, we know the guy likes Big Macs and filet of fish, and he's used the word love to describe the way he feels about the food there before. But what's this about?
There's no logic to it. It's a stunt. He has not put forth an economic agenda. He, as you know, appears to be not well, and he's engaged in some really bizarre types of activities during this campaign.
Kristin, these people are insane. Yes, it's a stunt, but it so obviously connects him to real people and real jobs, and it also exposes Kamala Harris as having a problem with the truth, right?
Yes, I mean, the fact that these leftist analysts don't understand the point of this tells you everything you need to know about why Kamala is poised to lose right now. This matters on several levels. First, Kamala has been bragging in recent years that she used to work at McDonald's, but there's no evidence of this. McDonald's has said they have no record of her working there. So, you know, it was kind of funny after Trump did this stunt, he was talking to a reporter and he said, well, now I can claim that not only have I worked at McDonald's, but I've worked there for 15 minutes longer than Kamala has. So it's great for Trump on that front. But the other way it really helps him is it shows that he's truly an authentic person. He loves people. He loves being with Americans, and he's not demeaning to working people in this country. You have the most authentic person who's ever run for president in modern political history up against perhaps the least authentic person to run for president in modern political history. And the contrast could not be more stark.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see on Twitter today they're saying Rosie O'Donnell, the former comedian, is saying she'll boycott Macca's now. Again, that plays into his hand. These idiots saying that somehow it's a problem for Macca's to host him when most Americans and most people around the world like Macca's when they do get the chance. It's just ridiculous. I want to stick on this because his campaigning is brilliant. No matter what you think, no matter who you're going to vote for, you can't deny the brilliant campaigning style and public speaking style of this bloke. I want to go back to that big Catholic charity dinner in New York last week because his performance was just so good. Have a look at Donald Trump on self-deprecation.
Tradition holds that I'm supposed to tell a few self-deprecating jokes this evening. So here it goes. Nope, I've got nothing. There's nothing to say.
It's just terrific, isn't it, Kristin?
He's so funny, and it's real, genuine behavior from this president. This is who he is. I've met him before. He's just like this off camera. He's just a genuine, authentic person, and it shows when he's around people, when he's giving speeches, when he's talking to others. And I mean, Kamala's just the complete opposite. She can't even get through one interview where they're not asking her questions that she can stick to the script exactly. And all of this is why Trump is surging in the polls, particularly with men. He's up with Latino men. He's making huge gains with Black men, with white men, even young people are trending towards Trump. I'm not saying he's going to outright win all of these demographics, but the trends are in his favor.
Well, speaking of male voters, appealing to male voters, of course, famously, Tim Walz went out shooting and had pictures of him out pheasant shooting to try and show that he was a real man. And those pictures didn't go down too well because he seemed to have trouble with his gun. Well, Donald Trump has picked up on this as well, because at that Catholic dinner, Kamala Harris didn't turn up. Usually both candidates didn't turn up, and there was speculation as to why Kamala wouldn't bother. And Donald Trump, well, he had a theory. Listen to this.
I understand the real reason that she's not here is she's hunting with her running mate, spending a lot of time hunting.
Again, just a fantastic political point made with amazing humour. I just want to go to this final point, though, Kristin, because a lot of people are speculating this big contest here, a monumental election choice here. But to me, the point here is that we have a contest between two known quantities. We know what Donald Trump's like as president because he was president only 3.5 years ago. And we also know what Kamala Harris would be like as president because she's part of the administration now. She's the serving vice president. But have a look at this grab, and it's like she pretends she's not even in power at the moment.
So when asked this question about how will this affect my life in terms of a voter worrying about the fact that, look, price of groceries still too high. I get it, they get it. And what are we doing to help them actually get through life in a way that they're not just getting by but getting ahead? We have to have specific policies that do that. And that is what I offer under what I call an opportunity economy approach.
Kristin, they need policies. She's in the White House now. She has an office as vice president in the White House now. Why on earth hasn't she been doing anything? She's saying, elect me and then I'll do something?
It's ridiculous. She's effectively trying to run against her own track record while simultaneously, claiming she's going to be the new, fresh candidate, a time for change. It's completely ridiculous. You were correct earlier, I suspect, when you said, we know these candidates at this point. There are no surprises here, which is why this race will ultimately probably come down to turning out the candidate's own bases. And right now, things could change. We've still got a couple weeks, but right now, the left's base is feeling deflated. The sugar high when they first announced her has worn off, and they are realizing they're stuck with this empty suit. There's no there with Kamala Harris. She's empty, she's vacuous, and she can't handle the most simple of questions. And the Democrats are now realizing that.
Yeah, great insights there, Kristin. Thanks for catching up again. We'll talk next week.
Thanks as always, Chris.